Good morning, this is David with the S.E.A.R Talent Series. Today I'm going to do a short tabletop review on the Krylon Fusion 4 plastic spray paint that I used on this M&P 40c. The magazine is clear of ammunition, as is the chamber, and it's a safe and clear firearm. When I was doing research for the project, I came across a GlockTalk thread by M1A Shooter where he had done a breast cancer awareness Glock 26 with a pink body and white ribbon in the grip for his wife. It's my understanding that it's her primary IDPA competition pistol and a home defense nightstand pistol. He was real nice. I PM'd him and he got back to me with how it's held up over the last 6 months and some recommendations, stuff like that, so I appreciate that. And he's also posted that on the GlockTalk thread, Breast Cancer Awareness Glock 26, so check that out. I started the project off by going to my local hardware store, and I picked up this Krylon Fusion 4 plastic. Dries in 15 minutes, no sanding or priming. This is not the ultra flat version that they have that comes in the camo colors, although this did come in khaki or tan, whatever you want to call it. So the color is indicated by the cap, but the sheen on this is a constant non-variable. So like I said, dries in 15 minutes. Can handle within 1 hour, and is pretty much hardened within 7 days. I just use alcohol prep pads and this prep wipe towelette from the auto store to make sure I got all the grease and grime and lubricants and hand oils and stuff like that off. Regular painter's tape. And then when I did the project, I made sure I wear gloves so I don't get any, like I said, hand oils or any grease or grime where you're intending to paint. I then went ahead and basically stripped the firearm down. I removed the magazine and taped that off with blue painter's tape, cleaned and sprayed that separately. I removed the M&P tool that they have here in the grip, and then hung and sprayed the back strap separately. And then I removed all the internals, the mag release, the trigger, the slide lock, the takedown lever, the slide, of course, S.E.A.R block, everything like that came out. So basically just had the polymer frame, and I hung it up so I didn't have to touch it or anything like that, just spray around it. And let's see, other than that, I didn't really, like I said, just cleaned it. I didn't sand it or prime it or anything like that. Once everything got prepped and cleaned and hung up, I went ahead and used the Krylon Fusion. I basically did a dust coat, let it dry for 5 minutes, did a second dust coat, let that dry for 5 minutes, did a first full coat, let that dry for 5 minutes, and then I did a second and final coat. I let that dry for 5 minutes, did a close examination, make sure everything was covered adequately, and then I let it dry for 24 hours in a warm garage with basically a fan just kind of passing air by it. Didn't touch it for 24 hours. Then I came back and I replaced all the internals, put the slide back on, and I just racked the slide. That was the first durability test to make sure everything was clear, that I didn't build up, anything where the slide and the polymer frame would start touching. Made sure the mag went in and dropped fine, and then dry fired, make sure I had all the internals and everything was solid. Then I left it for another day, just let it sit. After that, I started doing dry fire drills in the garage where I'm using this Galco Summer Comfort, still a fairly new holster for me. So if anything was going to wear on it was going to be this, because it's really not broken in too much. After about 20 or 30 dry fire drills where I inserted and drew the pistol from the holster, I started getting wear, and this was the first 4 points of contact that I started getting that wear. So right here, the M&P 40c has a small rail right here, and these 2 contact points are the first points that started to burn out. The second 2 points that started to burn out were along the trigger guard here on both sides. So that burnt all the way through. And then the only other high point really is right here with this roll pin. It kind of gets high, and that's starting to burn out a little bit as well. Otherwise, I think it looks solid. It's really, it does decrease the texture here, so if you're going to do any kind of custom stippling, get that done before you do anything like this. I think it came out pretty solid. I was expecting some wear on these high points. I think that that's probably normal. I don't have anything to compare it to because I've never Duracoated or had anything like that done. I think the preparation on it was adequate, and I think that this is probably the best bonding that you're going to get out of the Krylon Fusion. It is hard. I don't think that it's going to flake or chip or anything like that. I just think that over time it is going to start to wear. The good news is for $6 per can and pretty easily found at your hardware store, you can touch these spots up if need be. I don't think that I did anything wrong really that caused this. I think it's just basically normal wear. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the project. I think the color turned out really nice. I like that tan color. I think if I were to do it again, I would have left it a full 7 days before messing with it. I also think that I probably would order the Krylon camouflage that comes in like a matte or super flat finish. I don't really think that this is too shiny, but it is probably in between an eggshell and satin. But I think the sheen's fine, and it feels great. Really is held up. I've done some scratch tests here and there, and it doesn't scratch off very easily, but I think with repetitive wear you're going to get some high points that burn out. You can see from the frame here, I run this in and out of the holster a lot. Not only dry fire drills, but I just shoot this pistol a lot. Really like the pistol. So I'm excited to see how this is going to hold up when I hit the range and shoot the pistol, how it's going to affect my grip. I know it's going to leave a lot of powder residue down here, and we'll see how that cleans up. That's something that M1A shooter is dealing with right now after his wife shot IDPA. But overall, happy with the project, and we'll see how it holds up. Talk to you guys later. Bye.